dating games. And this part is crucial. We're trying to figure out who are you? Who are you, right? There's scenarios when you get into these relationships and you want to start to figure out, okay, who do I want to be in this relationship? How do I want to come off in this relationship? This is the game. You get to build your characters. You don't have to sit around. You don't have to look there. You don't have to look right. You don't have to look up. You don't have to look down. You get to choose who you want to be. So, we got these asses. Look. First one. Rapper. See, when you want to become a rapper, see, a lot of times when we get into these natures and you see these artists and these musicians, what do you really see? You see them tricking. All they do is trick. Trick 1, trick 2, trick 3. That's all they do. Majority of these rappers that we look at, we're like, okay, that's how I want to be. You know, I want to be that type of person. All right, for instance, do you want to be Lil Baby? Do you really want to spend, and are you willing to drop on a 2025 Rolls Royce Colony on a girl? Are you willing to trick so hard just for are you really just trying to trick this? I don't know. But this is where you become a player because you get to choose. You get to choose. But sometimes people might just fit into these lanes. A lot of rappers trick. There's nothing wrong with it. But I'm just saying, if you want to be a trick and you want to find, and you want to be that in a dating game, go ahead. If you got the bread, go ahead, spend it. Be a rapper. Process that. Try to become that person that's comfortable saying, oh yeah, I'm just trying to do what I got to do. He's just trying to do what I'm trying to do. If you're willing to be a Lil Baby and you want to be that guy that wants to get her that car, right? Go ahead. To make her happy, go ahead. Go ahead. But it's bread or buns. It's bread or buns. You feel me? At the end of the day, you really trying to be there. It's bread or buns. You feel me? But sometimes people aren't willing to spend that much money. But you have to realize what comes with being a rapper. If you're going to be that rapper, you got to be that guy. You got to embody that guy. But most guys won't allow themselves to embody that because they don't have money. They don't got the bread. They don't got the money to spend on this. So a lot of guys are automatically getting X'd out of the rapper position because that's where you don't really want to, that's what it's not, you're not trying to fulfill that. Most girls understand this, right? They're going to receive something. In return, they get the bond. You feel me? In order to play hard, you feel me? You got to play that game. But most guys won't actually exercise that because it's too difficult to keep spending money on this girl. Oh, you know, like, in the dating game, you recognize you're spending all this money on this girl, bro, and she's not giving you anything, she's not doing anything, bro, don't even look at this list anymore. Stop looking at this list. If you're over here, you're spending so much money on a girl, and she's like, I don't like you, this, that, and third, they're just tricking at that point. If you want to be a trick, go ahead, but I'm just saying, if you don't got it like that, and you want to just work and you want to spend your checks on your girl, I'm just saying, bro. But you gotta internalize it. Be smarter. If you want to be a rapper, you want to claim that persona, and you want to be on some Lil Baby, you want a car, that's all you need. Play that game, but don't get lost in the sauce. Don't get lost in the sauce because most guys will find themselves just spending money on girls, not understanding that they're not even benefiting from the girl. You know, like it hit different when a girl actually, you know, she leveling you up at the same time. But at this point, you're just spending money on her. Who's looking goofier than a goofy? You're looking goofier than a goofy. You feel me? Stop playing this game. Okay, on to the next. Athletes. See, athletes, they are in a sweet spot. Athletes are in a sweet spot because I feel like a lot of people can't fall on this. Athletes, they either marry or they have fun. They either married or they have fun. Or you just a Stephon Diggs type person. Right? When you're a Stephon, you just have, if you want to mess with them baby mamas, you can mess with them baby mamas. If you want to. But a lot of times, you gotta have fun. You feel me? Fun comes in as an athlete. Athletes, we get to choose. We get to choose a girl. This is the best of both worlds. You can put that ring, or you can let it swing. You feel me? You can let it swing. You feel me? But don't get caught in it. You feel me? Most times when we have athletes, you see this. You can be a Stephon Diggs, but you don't see Stephon Diggs' wife in anything. He's having fun. He's enjoying the youth. He's just enjoying his youth. But this is really where it comes down. You guys will look at the athlete. You will be a person that's desirable. So what does that look like? You got your fitness up. You got your bread up. You got your mind up. But every single time, you do not want to be a Tyreek Hill. Get this in your brain. Somebody needs to tell you do not need to be a Tyreek Hill. If you want to have fun, do not wife the girl. Do not wife the girl. How many times? Do not be T Hill unless you want to spill the bag. You know what T Hill looks like? He looks like a rapper tricking for nothing. For nothing. For nothing. For nothing. So when we look at these moments, a lot of you guys will choose a game and they'll be like, okay, yeah, I'm in the game. And then you get stuck with one of these two athletes. And you're like, I want to settle down. Oh, well, I got so much money. My mind is good. I want to have fun, but I'm married. Bro, now you are a official goofy. You are goofier than a goofy. Like, there has to be a rollback. And you have to roll it back to understand the game that you're playing. Because if you're playing this game and you decide to choose to be an athlete, there should be no reason why you want to get married and then have fun and then get divorced to be goofier than a goofy. That's the reality of it. You play the game and you think you're going to have fun while playing the game. I understand that you're in the game. You're free. You got your money right. You got your mindset right. You want to play the game. You either the person that's gonna settle down or you're gonna have fun. But I'm just telling you, choose one. Because this person right here, he's not spending a dime. He's not spending a dime. He's having fun. He's on the boats. He's enjoying life. Stop being this guy that wants to have fun and then get up and put a ring on a girl that's not gonna be promising, bro. Because the more you understand, the more you know. Think smarter. So I urge, if you are a guy, you want to be, and you're playing the game, you're saying, I want to be an athlete. Okay, what does it entail? I want to be fit. My fitness has to be good. My mindset has to be good. My money has to be good. But choose wisely what type of guy you really want to be. Do you want to be a Tyreek Hill that spends all his money on court fees, on legal fees, because he still wanted to be a guy that wants to have fun? Or do you want to be a Stephon Diggs that don't have to spend none of his money on none of these girls to still have fun? So choose wisely when you're playing in the dating game. That's why it's important to know who you are. Okay, lastly, we have streamers. Okay, I want to say this very, very, very important. If you are trying to play the streamer game, if you are trying to look at DDG and be, that's my example, I want her to choose. I'm her ball. I'm her ball. Bro, I promise you, you're going to have to start thinking. You're going to start thinking. Because most girls are not going to treat you like their ball, right? Most girls, no, you know, like, if you're saying, oh, that's my ball, bro, you got to know how to play the game. If you don't know how to play the game, I'm sorry, sir, you will not be that girl's ball. That is his ball. That is his ball. Because the more you think about it, right? The more you look at certain things that happens, you start to realize, oh shit, I can't. In order for me to be a streamer, I gotta multiply the balls. Pause. Streamers are now the new rappers. If you ain't know how to trick then, you better know how to trick now. Because at the end of the day, when you're with this ball, you get to spend, you feel me, that nice thing. But streamers gotta realize, if you want to pick this streamer route, right? It's all fun and games until she wants something, she wants something, she wants something, she wants something. If you can't handle that, it kick rocks. Because streamers are going to understand how to play the game. You guys think that DDG, you think that Indian Love and DDG are something, I want to be this, I want to be able to do this and that and third. Well, level up. Level up. So they understand their places. I understand it, but you know, girls gonna do what they gonna do for the right one. And all the girls are doing the right thing for the right one right now. I'm just saying. Hey. They gonna do the right thing for the right one. But are you the right thing for the right one? That's what you really have to understand. Streamers are 10 steps ahead of the game. That's why the rapper is becoming obsolete. Nobody really wants to be a rapper. I'm not willing to spend all my money and freaking on all these girls and not receiving anything out of it. Nobody really cares about the rappers because it's superficial. But as a streamer, you're in the limelight. All these different balls, well, you're one person, huh? You're one person, huh? Hey, that right there, that's every single girl because what is the commodity right now? Start thinking. The commodity is attention. The commodity is success. The commodity is financially being in places that these girls will never be in. So what are you doing to become a commodity in her eyes? If you're a streamer, you have the most tensions right now. So in her eyes, when she's looking at you, she's going to be like, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All these different balls are paying attention to you because you have discerned and you have used what you are capable of bringing out, the competition. Girls love competition. So you know why DDG is so important? Because he has India Love. And you know who India Love? She's the best commodity on the market. Now, I'm just saying, to women's eyes, when they look at, oh, you got that one girl, now look all the balls that's surrounding you. Because you have now risen up to the level where you're saying, oh, I'm at the prestige level. I can get any girl that I really want. But to bring everything together, right, you have to understand that at the end of the day, to realize the dating games and who you are, you have to make sense of who you're going to be between these three. Because if you don't, you will actually be left in the abyss of not knowing where you're at because you don't know who you want to be. Most people aren't incapable of knowing what a rapper is going to be. Nobody's really good. If you're trying to really embody that rapper, that's like the Stone Age. But to really understand your options, you really have to be an athlete or a streamer. Because you have a distinctive way of understanding what can possibly happen. Picking up the wrong ball can make all of this crumble. But being a person that's an athlete, you can look at a Tyreek Hill and spend all your money into marriage and then losing the game because all your finances you're just tricking. Just a trick at this point. Or you can be a Stephon Diggs and have all your money and still have fun. This is the game. The more you know who you are, the better you can play the dating games within dating. That's just the reality. It all comes down with you understanding what position you're going to hold in the relationship that you're going to play. How does this make sense? Coach, can you tell me what it makes sense? I'm not sure what it makes sense. Now, what if I pick a character and that character doesn't resonate? Well, what you do is you reevaluate. You see yourself and you reevaluate yourself over and over. But most guys are not going to resonate with rappers because rappers are just being obsolete. If you're willing to trick on a girl nowadays, you have it or you don't. Most guys are not going to be here. But most guys are going to be here. Choose if you want to be a person that's going to marry that girl, but don't choose to marry that girl and still have fun. It doesn't work out. You're either going to get married or you're going to have fun. Most guys are here. But in order to hit the streamer level, the elite level, you're going to have to put in more work on yourself in order to achieve this. In order for you to pick out that right ball that influences all of this. The more influence you have, the more options you have. But picking that one ball, it's going to definitely crumble at that. You hear me? I'm just saying, it's going to crumble at that. But look, at the end of the day, know who you are. Play the dating game and know who you are. Choose the right thing in order to elevate at the end of the day. Class is over.